Hey guys, it's Michael here, Ferris Engineering, and today we're going to install our carbon diffuser on a C8 Corvette. Once you have your C8 safely in the air, we're going to look at this and that panel right there. Those two, there's going to be 11 7mm head screws for this center one, and there's going to be 4 T15s on the outer one and 6 more 7mm. These panels are going to stay on the car, held in by 1 push clip here and 2 there. We just need the hardware out because that's going to be our mounting hardware for the diffuser later. Let's get to it. Do not lose these. You need all of these to go back together. Alright. Center one is loose, held in by this center one. Now we can move to this outer one. Get the rest of the 7s. And then move to the T15. Our 2 T15s are going to be here under the exhaust. 2 more here. Alright. Now, let's see. That panel's loose. That panel's loose. We're going to stay up in there secure. We're going to move on to the next step. Once you got all your shields loose here, the next step is going to be up in here. You're going to be looking at the exhaust brackets. Excuse the light here. There we go. So those 2 bolts there and there, 13mm heads. They're going to take the bolts all the way out. I'm only going to do one side at a time so that the exhaust is still supported. We're going to be looking at these guys. They're going to go up in there. Those 2 holes are going to sandwich between that mount and the body. And you'll see me do that here shortly. Start with taking those bolts out. Loosen. Our bracket going in. Always logo out. You'll be able to see it through the mesh in this back bumper here. So put her in there like so, and then I've got the habit when there's threads mounted in a body, your hands start on. You don't want to mess up these threads. They'd be a pain in the butt to fix. So, start in my hand. Okay. We have to help line up the holes as you go. There we go. And loosely install these. Get them tight enough to where you've got a little bit of movement in this bracket, so that when you test fit the diffuser later, you still got some movement. Because if these holes don't line up, then you have to break it all free again. Just leave it a little loose. Once you know it lines up, we'll tighten both exhaust hangers back down. And while I'm here, on both of these brackets, here, in the same place on the other side, I'm going to install these U-clips. Just push them on. Okay. Like so. They're a tight fit. That's what's going to mount our diffuser to the bracket. I'm going to finish up putting these clips in the other 3 holes, and then we'll go put the strikers in the diffuser itself. Got our diffuser here. before we test fit it, I'm going to go ahead and pop on, these are optional, these are some skid vanes. The fat end is going to point towards the front of the car. And during the clear coat process, these holes may become a little tight, so if you do experience some issues with your hardware going through, those may need to be opened up a little. I'm going to open up to 1/4 inch. I'm about to do that now. Got my step bit. Step bit's a little better for carbon, but a regular drill bit will work just fine. That slips right in, and you can start your hardware by hand. I will finish up doing this skid vane here. I got 3 more to go, and these just tighten very lightly. You don't want to damage this carbon in any way, crack it. So just lightly hand tighten would be just fine. These bolts do go in from the top unfinished side. Just like that. First skid vane is installed, and I go back through to the other 3, and I'll see you back when I'm going to test fit. Now that we have the skid vanes installed, we're going to test fit this, make sure our brackets that we put on those exhaust mounts line up before we tighten everything down. We've already got some adjustments to be made, so this is a little bit of trial and error to get those holes to line up. And once it lines up, we'll tighten those exhaust bolts fully, and then go back and tighten everything down. Be back in a bit. Once you have your diffuser skid vanes on, and your exhaust brackets are nice and tight, we're going to test fit this thing. I'm going to throw a couple screws in, hold it up. Oh man. Maybe. There we go. Alright. Now, when we fully go back together, which I'm about to do, all these screws don't need to be ungodly tight. They just need to firmly hold it. You don't want to crack that gel layer or clear of the carbon. So I'm going to toss all these up in here. And before you actually tighten everything down, you want to make sure that the diffuser is actually centered on the car. That's probably the most important part. Make sure it looks good. But as we go along here, as I'm finishing up tightening all this hardware here, I wanted to make a couple notes, especially where these T15s go on either side. You may need to kind of manually move the bumper to get those nuts pre-installed nuts on the inside, nice and lined up. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward tightening process. Just make sure you don't overdo it. Make sure you hit everything twice. And as far as that goes, once everything's tight, lower your car down and enjoy the view.